In this video, I'll be showing how simple it is to create a cool little round structure like this teleporter gazebo. It's really not as hard as it looks, I promise. I'll be building on the process from the last video where I showed you how to create an easy little gazebo on flat ground using base game pieces. This one uses the same basic technique, but shows you how to build it on a slope and using pieces from the awesome building mod, Klinger Additional Rustic Structures. If you've struggled with building a non-square structure on a slope or been too intimidated to even try, this is the video for you. And about 3/4 of the way through building this, I'll also be showing you how I test out deco mods and give a quick little overview of 3 of my favorite ones which are on this server. Make sure you don't miss that. Hello my fine feathered friends, I'm Songbird. Welcome to my building vlog, where I'll take you along with me while I work on an Ark building project so you can learn along with me as I figure things out and we can watch the project take shape from the ground up. Today I'm continuing work on my biggest collaboration project yet. If you're a new viewer, welcome! In a nutshell, my big project right now is making mini games for a big charity live stream for ExtraLife, featuring much bigger Ark creators Aaron Longstaff and Ross Clark. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. So let's get going on today's project. We're going to be building a gazebo using the same basic design as our Circles 101 gazebo, but we're going to be using modded pieces and building it on a slope. Now, these modded pieces are from Klinger Additional Rustic Building, which is an awesome building mod. Love this mod. They don't snap considerably different from vanilla though, so you could do this same design using vanilla or using a different mod. The principle remains the same. So I picked a spot here that feels kind of central to this curve of the land because I want the round gazebo to fit the terrain really nicely. In fact, do I want to move it over a bit more? I think I want to move it over a bit more like that. And I'm going up 2 pillars before I start because of how steep the terrain is here. I feel like if I start up here, that'll probably be just about right to meet up with the path over there, or even some stairs down would be fine. Okay, and then the Klinger rustic pieces are really nice because each piece has a lot of different variants to them, so you don't have to craft a ton of different things. So the regular ceiling here also is the quarter ceiling and the hatch frame and the triangle ceiling, which is the one we want. So we'll go to the triangles and do our hexagon, and then let's switch back to the square ceiling. And you could build this entire gazebo on those pillars down below, just that one pillar essentially, but I don't, that makes me very uncomfortable, the idea of doing that, because I don't like to risk something bad happening to that pillar and the whole thing going bye-bye. That would be a very bad day. And so I'm going to, let's go around, add the triangles in between like before, and then we're going to add more pillars going downward. Just have some, I can't think of the word right now. My husband's an engineer, so I should be able to think of this word, but my brain is tired. Redundancy, that's the word. Let's get some redundancy going here. These will not be showing anyway. Of course, I could leave them to show. It wouldn't be the end of the world or anything, but I'm thinking now that I'm probably going to build walls down or something from the ceilings to fill in this space. We'll see. I might end up leaving it, but I'll get to that when I get to that part. But we're going to start here. This is the size we want. We don't need it to be huge or anything. And where are our stairs going to be? Where is the opening? We only need one opening this time because, I mean, you don't need one going off into the water. It would be kind of pointless. So let's see, is this going to be good? That should be good. All right, that's going to be our doorway. And then let's grab our double doors. And we're going to do these basically the same as what we did before. But you'll see just using modded pieces how completely differently it can look. And I'm going to have fun playing around with the extra roof angles as
as well once we get to the roof. All right, there we've got our dodecagon of double doorways. And I might do something fancier with the floor. Not sure yet. We'll just leave it like that for now. Leave it a little bit more rustic. The person who built this over there, Mean Ren, I'm not going to take a close look at it because it's not finished, and also it's not my build. It is her little event here. Yeah, she painted a lot of the Klinger rustic pieces, and so we might end up using paint to make a pattern on the floor. But now we want to go around and do something, some kind of railing type thing. But I don't think we want to do normal railings because Klinger Rustic has some really fun pieces. You might wonder why I have 4 different walls in my hotbar. It's because there are so many different wall variants that I wanted to have different options. So this is another wall variant. We've got this curved shallow piece, and then there's also this one which is curved at a steeper angle, or we have this one which is the one I used on the crazy tower build. I might do that. But I'm kind of wanting to branch out a little more. Let's see how it would look if I use these to start with. Can we do these? Will you let those snap through each other? We had it there. Yes, you will snap through, and does not appear that the textures flicker. Nice. So it helps sometimes when you're trying to mesh these kinds of pieces through each other, the sloped wall, if you kind of make it think it's got 2 different snap points. So if I snap one looking from the outside and one looking from the inside, that seems to work better. Okay, now is that what we want to do? Let's see if that works as a guardrail. It looks like it might be too low. Oh, it does. I can't just walk accidentally out, but I can jump out if I want to, but that's okay. Alrighty. And we could even do something in the middle there potentially, like just for the heck of it, let's try something. Let's see, there's a thin pillar. Oh, there's a short pillar. There's a half pillar. I didn't realize that. I could have made this whole thing a little bit shorter. If I'd known that, I would have done 1.5 pillars, but that's okay. We've got this big chunky beam and we've got the thin beam. So let's do thin beams. I'm not going to go all the way around just to start with because I'm still playing around with making a pattern that I like, which is always the first step. And then I don't know if I'll end up using this or not, but let's try something with the quarter there, and look at what we can do. Do a big pillar there. Could get rid of some of the ones on the inside, and then that will give us a snap point for this guy. Maybe it might think that these curved walls are essentially filling in the snap points. All right, sometimes you got to give it like a stronger suggestion. Like these things tend to like the full ceilings. Pillars like to snap at the corners of those. So let's try giving it a full ceiling snap. It'll go everywhere else but here, of course. Well, what about if we go down from the top? There's more than one way to do it. We're going to have to do a quarter wall in there first, though. So many options. Okay, there's a quarter wall. Okay, now let's just see. Will you just go there? No, no, not really. So we can do the ceiling thing again. Now will you go down from here? You just really do not want to. You think it's way too crowded in there, do you? Okay, well, sometimes if you do it in a different order, that can work. So let's try that. Come on, you've got a pillar right here. Why don't you want to snap to the pillar? There's a lot of different workarounds. Sometimes you just got to try a bunch of different things to get something that works. So sometimes if a modded piece is not behaving itself, then I'll switch to vanilla and just see what vanilla does in the same spot. And let's get rid of any other possible competing snap points. Okay, you see that? You don't want to snap to the modded pillar. Well, we'll replace it then. Okay, and if the vanilla one won't do it, then that might mean that there's a different issue. You just do not want to snap there. Well, how about this? How about if we replace that guy with these? Now you've got snap points in the middle. You like that? Okay, well, whatever works. So that's the trick. I'm not sure I'm going to leave it like that even. It was just something I wanted to try, but sometimes it gets me feeling stubborn. All right, now let's go back to our wall here and find the double door frame again. Put those guys back. Now that there's more snap points, it'll have to go through more options to find the spot we want. Let's try looking at it from a different angle. Right, well, we'll do the same thing again with giving you a full ceiling or hatch frame, whatever. Same thing basically. And now if I put my crosshairs over this, will you go there? You will not. All right, so this may be a limitation of the Klinger Rustic. So I'll just have to work with it. That's okay. Sometimes you can't do everything that you try to do. So we just will not do that idea. Every mod, structure mods especially, has kind of their own quirks, their own ways of doing things because, you know, they're made by different people. They're made by different modders who do things in different ways. So sometimes you just got to play around with it and just see what a mod's limitations and capabilities are. I like that so far. Might do something kind of fun underneath here. Might do, back to this guy. Okay, there's two different angles that the pillar could be at depending on which side it snaps to. So I'm going to need to decide and stay consistent with that. So this one will definitely look the best if it is facing forward. So let's say that every other one needs to be essentially facing forward. So we'll skip that door frame, and then here it's facing forward. Then skip that one, and then here, oops, put these down facing forward. Yeah, I didn't want you to snap to that. I have their pillars, so we had to get rid of that. Get rid of some of the other extras under here that are not needed now. Okay, and I'll go around and make the rest of it match once I've decided for certain what I'm going to do. I'm still in my experimenting stages. So what if we took this guy underneath here like that? Ooh, I like the different angle of it. That's kind of fun. It's kind of echoing what's above, but putting a different spin on it. I think that'll be more fun than just putting solid walls underneath, which is what I will often do just to cover up the underneath. Yeah, let's do this. I like it. All right, I'll go around and add the rest of the pillars then, using the same methods as before. Okay, nice. And then these up. I like to pick up any unnecessary structures where possible, just because we don't need the extra lag. Every structure does add something to the lag, and I just as soon keep it simple where I can. Come on now. There we go. Okay, you're behaving better doing it from the inside, so let's just do that. That looks nice. And then underneath, switch to this guy. Might have to, if you'll behave better from the inside, we'll try it from here as well. Yep, for whatever reason. Oh, and we don't need these guys. All right. I like the way that looks. Let's add a railing to the stairs here. Don't want anybody falling down, right? There we go. I could do this. Kind of nice. And I'm going to do the roof differently from what I did last time. That was a really cool roof design. I really like that, but now I want to try something different. And one of the things I want to do is I definitely want to have an overhang for the roof. And so I'm trying to decide, do I want the overhang to come down by a half wall or by a full wall? Let's try a full wall and see how that looks to start with. I really wish there was something kind of like the equivalent of a double door, but with a very, for a ceiling with just a very thin frame around the outside edges. I kind of miss that. Castles, Keeps, and Fortresses had that in Survival Evolved, and I used that for a lot of different things. I like being able to have the snap points of a ceiling without having to have the appearance of it. Invisible glass is also an option. I might do that. But for now, we're just trying to test the roof. The regular hatch frame kind of has too much of a frame around it. Looks too much like a hatch frame. No, but just had kind of an interesting thought. I wonder if we took this guy and we went like this, and then we removed the ceiling, would those stay and support a roof? Nope, they will not. Dang it. There still might be a way though. What if we did it this way? What if we did those and then we give them a pillar? Because we all know that they like pillars, right? Everything likes a nice pillar around here. I don't want the big chunky square ones the rest of the way up though, because they're so directional. Especially I don't want that to be wonky, so I think we'll use the thin ones and just make them face the same direction as the big ones below. Let's see if these little gable thingies, what does he call these? Curved sloped wall ornament. Let's see if they will change their foundation support over to those pillars. And you know what? Just for redundancy, let's put one here as well. Well, that one broke and that one didn't. That tells me it might have to do with the order in which they are added. Now, did the pillars stay? Yes, the thin pillar is still in there. All right, now you will stay. Okay, so we have to place the pillars first and then these guys. Gotcha. All right, so we're gonna start out then. Let's try this curved roof here. Will you snap to the end of that? You don't want to snap to the end of that, do you? What about a pillar? Will a pillar snap to the end of that? No, you don't see that as a valid snap. Well, so much for that idea. Whatever. We'll just put a ceiling here for now and deal with that problem later. For now, we just need to figure out the actual roof design. So I'm thinking of starting with I could start with the shallow and then do the curved, the regular, and then do the steep. I might do that, but the shallow is only a half wall high. So if I was going to do the shallow, I would want to do the support differently. I'll try that in a slightly different spot. Do this one to start with. I really love these curved roofs that have been added to this mod, and also Architect Structures Remastered has them now. I believe Architect Structures was the one who had them first, but they are just so cool to play around with. Oh, that's a fun roof. All right, and then let's, there is a triangle version. I was gonna look for it, and then I saw it right as I clicked it away. There's the triangle. This will be a very tall roof. Oh no, that's the corner. Is there not a triangle? There may not be a curved triangle. Yeah, we may have to just do a regular steep roof in the middle. Let's see how that would look. Ooh, I like that. That is kind of fun and whimsical. So that's one option. Let's grab some quarter walls and give ourselves a different snap point here so we can try the shallow curved roof. Will you go here? No, we'll go opposite first. Sometimes you got to use a little reverse psychology with the snap points in Ark. Got to go opposite of actually where you want to go first. It's a thing. I don't know why, but it is. All right, and then ceiling. I might just leave the ceilings there and not worry about it. All right, and then we will grab the shallow curves, and then could do the whole roof out of just the shallow ones. They're kind of cute, but I kind of like the tall version. Kind of fun. So let's see how it would look. What if we did like shallow and then regular and then a steep triangle that is not curved? So which one do we like better? There's that one and that one. Let's look at it from a few different angles. Normally, I think I would probably go with this one just so that it's not so weirdly extremely tall. But in this particular spot, because of what I did underneath, I'm kind of thinking the taller looks better because it's more in proportion with the overall height. And my neighbor's using his leaf blower. Hopefully that's not picking up.
Editing Songbird here to say, unfortunately, dear viewer, it appears that the leaf blower was being picked up, so I'm going to have to mute a whole bunch of the audio here.
I might be able to actually remove the ceilings. Need them to get the initial snap point, maybe. Thought it was going to give me some trouble, but it didn't. So maybe I don't need those after all. But if I put these in here as like a gable, then could I remove the ceiling, or do I need the ceiling to keep those from going away? Oh, this one also needs pillars. Okay, let's see if that works. Look at that. I like it. I like it a lot. That is a very sexy roof. Let's do that all the way around. So we'll start with pillars then in both of these different spots. We'll start with our thin beams.
So, I've had a few people ask what ExtraLife is. Real quick, it's a program by Children's Miracle Network. Children's Miracle Network raises money for children's hospitals to help pay for equipment and treatments for sick kids. November 2nd this year is Game Day, their biggest event of the year, when they encourage streamers, gaming companies, tabletop gaming clubs, all kinds of gamers the world over to come together and raise money to help sick kids. So there are lots of fun live events that whole weekend. There's usually lots of fun raffles, giveaways, and challenges too. Every year on the Friday before game day, Aaron Longstaff and Ras Clark, who are both big creators in the Ark community, host a live stream together for ExtraLife. This year, I'm in charge of putting together activities and challenges for their live stream. And during the stream, I'll be on here as the MC as well, guiding them through the event. So this is a massive project for a small creator like me, and I just hope I'm up to the challenge. Thankfully, I'm not doing it alone, but have been joined by some friends and fellow small creators who are helping to create the event. They're creating some of the various mini games that we will be playing with the guys. But I'm the one who's responsible for planning and putting together the overall event, and I'm starting to feel the pressure. It's only 2 weeks away now, and there's still so much to do.
Ooh, it's not what I was looking for, but that's actually kind of cool. I think it might be too much. I might want to just keep it simple, but just wanted to at least look at it. Ooh, or it could go there. That could be fun. If I do that, I might not even need to go around and add the railing up above. It might look better without it. Okay. That's kind of nice. That looks fancy. Very fancy pants. All right, I'm going to roll with that for now as my pattern. I may come back and change my mind later. Yeah, that'll be a lot better without that in the doorway. I think that kind of makes it more obvious which side is the door. Sometimes with round builds, especially if you make much bigger round builds, they can get a little confusing to where you don't know which side is the doorway and where you are in the build. Okay. Now, could I do this without putting the ceiling in there first as scaffolding? Is that really needed in there? Now, you will just go down from there, but the real question is whether these guys will go where I want them to go without a ceiling there. That one will go there, but this one won't go down. That's what I was concerned about. Oh, you know what I could do though? Duh. I'm still getting used to a lot of these new pieces in ASA. I could do this. That should work. Yes, that will give us the snap we need. Yes, yes, yes. Very nice, very nice. This almost reminds me of like something out of Rivendell. I love it. I don't love the orange of the roof. I'm gonna paint it a different color for sure, but I'm gonna leave it like that for now while we figure out the rest of it. Thankfully, these roofs do take color pretty well, so I'm not too worried about it. You know what? Let's do this little assembly line style here. It's ever so much more efficient. Nice. There might be a piece to fill in the edge there, but I will see in a minute. But I kind of don't mind the whimsical look of them having some space between there. I like a bit of whimsy. Now, do you want to see what it looks like? You want me to back away so you can see the whole roof? I will, but you're enjoying this? Maybe give that like button a good solid peck. What do you say to that? Ooh, I like that roof. And I definitely feel like it is very whimsical for sure, but I feel like it fits better with the stilt-like underside of this. Yeah. Right, let's go around and finish the rest. Does this have... It looked almost... No, it doesn't have a hole in the middle. Okay. It's just got kind of a spot in the middle where they all meet up. I might put a flag or something up here then. Ooh, that is a pretty design though. You know what? I should take a picture. It's because it's a fun angle. It's a fun shot. Kind of dangerous for klutzes like me when they have the exit to main menu right below the exit photo mode. I cannot even tell you how many times I have clicked the wrong thing. Very, very annoying. Nice. You know, if you had a bigger opening, it could be kind of fun to do it like that. Just do them opposite each time, like that. Make a fanciful pattern like that. It is kind of cool. I'll do a few more like that and just see. I don't think I do that, but never know till you try, right? Okay, let's look at it from the inside because that's where most people are going to be seeing it from. Aw. I think I actually like that. I mean, this is cool as well, but I like how this is something a little different than what I would normally do. This might almost be a little too much on this side. It almost looks like, I don't know, spider web or something. So from this side, I'm not going to highlight that one, so I don't want to accidentally pick up the wrong thing. It's going to have to go right up to it. For the doorway, we'll leave it double like that. So I kind of wish that it was symmetrical on either side. But in order to do that, I would need to have another spot with the double, because right now I've got 11 that have this just a single curve and one that has the double curve. I will need to have an even number. So let's go opposite here and try this. Do something different with that one. Then these guys will need to be switched. There. That looks so much better. Oh, you know what? We had something snap wrong. And you don't like to highlight those, so we're going to have to get up close and personal with it. Now, as for those guys, do we want to do that or leave it like this? I don't think we really need that. Let's keep it a little simpler. Just because we can do a thing doesn't mean we have to. Okay, they're all picked up and we are almost done. I am just going to do some kind of a chandelier in the middle, and then I think that'll do it. So I think for the chandelier, we're going to use beams again to support it. I think what I'm going to do is let's find the top of the curved ones here. I think that's it. Now, what kind of angles? Yeah, are you going to give me the angles I want here? No, you're not. All right, then. More than one way to do it. Now we're going to put in a temporary set of triangles. And I could do them this way, I'm all meshed together, but for the purposes of this, I think I just want a simple hexagon to start with. I might go back and add the other ones later. Okay, but then those are snapped to the snap points, the same snap points the pillars were snapped to. You know, it would be a funny drinking game for someone to take a shot every time I say snap point, but don't do it, please. You'll die of alcohol poisoning. Okay, and then are the pillars still there? They are. Ah, dang it. They're almost go. No, you're not going to give me the right snap point. What about you? Yep, no. Okay, I'm going to have to put in. How am I going to be able to see it though? How weird would it look to have a thick pillar up here? Let's go see. If I do the thin one, I think it'll get lost in the texture. Yeah, I don't like that. But if I start with a thick one, could I then go back and replace it with a thin one? You know what I'm going to have to do? Let's take off the roof cap until we've figured out this bit so we can see what we're doing better. It won't take that long to redo it. All right, now we'll go around with the thin beams and then do the triangle ceilings to give us the snap points that we want. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best option. We'll see if that will behave. You not want to snap there? You do not. I thought there was a snap point there. Is there only a snap point at the bottom of why? I am so confused. Okay, well, let's put that there to give us the snap point we want for one underneath it. No, the beam is just going to be invisible. Well, there are ways, even if it's going to be meshing through. We see it anywhere. Just the slightest peak of green. No. Well, let's go in faith then and see if we can blind snap it. The dust cloud tells us it snapped where I wanted it to. Sometimes you gotta depend on the dust cloud. Right. These pillars, if I didn't have a triangle there, they default to snapping square. That's why I'm putting the triangles there. See, it doesn't give me a triangle angle snap by default without that, but hopefully with that pillar in there, it'll stay even when I remove the ceilings. All right, on to plan C. We're going to need to leave those in there, but can we hide them? Let's see. I've got some custom cosmetics that might work for that. So let's see. This will be a structure cosmetic. And so for structure cosmetics, as opposed to decor cosmetics, you can actually put them on a frontier wall instead of having to just use the little house thingy. This you have to use for decor pieces like the chandeliers and the furniture skins and stuff like that. But you can get away with using these if it's just like walls and foundations and all of that kind of stuff. So thin glass wall, or oh, I know what that one is. That's a decorative one. Oh, this actually could be a fun option. And then it wouldn't block being able to see the fun roof up above, but you could still see through it. It would just lighten up the appearance of it. Let's just see how that would look. And this is also Klinger Rustic, so the colors and everything coordinate. Let's see how that looks, shall we? And then, you know, of course, it'll have more roof above it. I think that has potential. We could do this just to make it coordinate better with the wood that we're using. And then downward. So we can put a chandelier here. And we've got Aaron Longstaff's chandelier. Try that. Aaron will probably enjoy seeing his pieces there. And then there's also the circa lights. What are those under? Hanging candle lamps. Okay. Make a few of these. All right, now how big is this one? And does have some different variants. It's hanging down too much for this one because it's got such a long chain. So that is that one, and it is very pretty. The chain isn't like fully rendering in though. That's a bit odd. Don't love that. I may have to file a bug report on Circa's Discord about that. Okay, well, let's try Aaron's. His are meant for Western decor, but there may be some additional options. Ooh, will this go at different angles? That's good to know. All right, now there's a lamp and there's this wheel chandelier. All right, well, let's hang this down a little farther then. Although, actually, no, I think there's an extra bit of chain. And which mod is that? Is that wall and floor decor, or is that Circa? I think that might be Circa, which I don't think English is his first language, and so sometimes the names of different pieces aren't necessarily what you would expect. Let's see if we can find them. They're going to be under structures. Got those, and then under firelight there's those. I'm going to have to go to my testing spot and see what I used. Testing HQ. I always have a testing HQ on any big build. That's where I pop out everything from all the deco mods so that I can go through and kind of shop essentially and just remind myself of what is in each decor mod, because yeah, out of sight, out of mind. It's very, very much so with ADHD that if you don't see it, it doesn't exist. So let's see, these are all the different variants and things from Circa's lighting mod. Okay, so the chain looks like it works fine for that one. It's only the bigger chandelier that has issues with that chain. Now, I guess that chain must have been over here then. This is all wall and floor decor, which has a ton of options. It's got a lot of modern looking stuff, but it does also have some rustic looking stuff. Like this is very cool. I like that. And yes, this is what I'm looking for. This guy, chain. Okay, so I think I'll make a few pieces of the chain then. And does this chandelier have a different name? Castle chandelier. This one is Castle chandelier also. Also romantic chandelier. That could be a fun option. Don't like how loud these are though. All right, so much cool decor in this mod, and this is just a tiny bit of it. I love how it repurposes art from the actual game and like character models and makes them into art. Like, look at that, it's a shine horn, it's a lamp. And there's little figurine versions of a bunch of different creatures that you can collect. So yeah, there's a lot of modern looking stuff. There's some more rustic looking stuff. There's lots of statues, and there's all this Viking furniture as well. So I like it. I kind of feel like this one is emerging as the spiritual successor of Eco's RP Decor, which is pretty much the most popular all-purpose deco mod for Ark Survival Evolved. But Eco is no longer making mods for Ark. She's working on her very own game instead. And so I knew that somebody else was eventually going to step up and fill that need. And it looks like Glitchy has done it with wall and floor decor. But the thing with wall and floor decor, if you're using it in creative mode, is that you can't just double click something in your engrams list in order to craft it. You do have to craft these in the crafting table. So where are these gonna be? Lights, there we go. There's the chain. Some braziers could be nice to have. All right. Might have to use some of the jellyfish lights though too. I love that there's jellyfish lamps. How perfect is that? Why is it raining again? Why? And over here we have Choco's decor, which has a bunch of different fun, modern, kind of anime inspired things. One of the nice things that I love about creative mode in ASA as opposed to Survival Evolved is that it doesn't actually consume an item if you place it in creative mode. So I only need one of each thing. So like I picked that up, I placed one, but it's still in my inventory. Okay. Ooh. Okay, let's head back.
So I found a few shark-themed items over in the testing HQ, so I decided to bring some of them over and put them around Mean Wren so that when she gets back, she'll see them and maybe it'll bring a smile to her face and give her some ideas for how she might want to decorate.
Ooh, you can change the creature materials. You can have a golden shark. That looks pretty cool. In the base. As you can tell, that's going to be a shark-themed event, but you'll have to come watch the stream on the actual day in order to see exactly what it's going to be about. So make sure not to miss it. It is going to be on Friday, November 1st. Oh, not high enough. This one's kind of nice, though. I don't like this one. Let's take a look at the others though. They're not paintable. Most of Glitchy's items are not because she's got so many other textures that it would be very complicated to make them all paintable. And she's trying to keep her mod small, which I appreciate. It is one of the smallest and most efficient deco mods, definitely the one that has the most options for the size. You know, let me change the time real quick just so that it will be slightly better lighting. That's better. So we aren't in the shadow of this big mountain here. A lot of times people forget how important lighting is. I have seen so many people submit pictures to my building screenshots channel on my Discord and they're like, look at my build. And I'm like, I wish I could see it. Yeah, don't take pictures of your builds at night, please. Make sure you've got some good lighting so we can actually enjoy all the work that you put in. Or at least if you want to show off the lighting at night, show off all your torches and stuff, that's totally fine. That's cool. But also include some shots taken during the day, okay? So we can see it better. Let's see, I want something up at the peak here. Let's maybe, just for kicks and giggles, see what this would look like. There is also a fire bowl in the wall and floor decor mod. Yeah, you don't know what to do with all these angles, do you? Well, I could do this. Give you something to sit on. That's gonna look weird. It's too big. Again? Seriously? I just turned off the rain a minute ago. Yeah, it acts like I just woke up every time I do that. I think actually a different small pillar would be better there, one that's not so square. Let's see if ASR's got a good one. It would work for that. But I think there's a round looking one. Yeah, thick post, that's the one. Yeah, let's try that. First, we'll see if we even need the pillar. Maybe we can just put the post all nestled in there nicely. Put our fire bowl in there. Nope, that's gonna be a no. I don't know if I want that there or not, but you know what? I just had an idea. I'm a dumbass. But we all knew that already, right? We need to go into Ghost. It would help if I typed it right there. And I can go in here and I can do a pillar upwards from there. And that should be exactly the right height. And it should just stick out enough and not show. One of these. No, let's do this one. All right, that work? You just have there we go. Yes, there. That's better. Just a little accent of some kind up there at the top. Ridiculous amount of work for one little accent, but you know, such is life as an Ark builder. Could we maybe put this here or something? I don't know if we want this in here or not, but maybe. And it's raining again. Let's see about doing some painting, at least for the roof, possibly for the floor here as well. But okay, last time I tried painting this stuff, it did take paint really well, but sometimes the colors turned out, shall we say, a little unexpected, because at least at that time they were kind of mixing with the orange instead of replacing it. So let's see. Okay, this is still not working. Let me try making a new one and see if that works. There, you still are. Oh, that's right. He changed the button. I wasn't going insane. Well, I mean, maybe I am, but that's a different question entirely. Okay, now I'm thinking I would like let's maybe try like a light cyan type of color. That may not work, but I just feel like with all the water around here, it might look nice. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. The yellow from that, it turns it green. And so, all right, color theory here. So we would need to go with more of a purplish blue to counteract the yellow, I think, because purple is the opposite of yellow on the color wheel. So let's try something like frost here. Well, that is more of a neutral tone for sure. It's not a bad color, but it's a little darker than I would like. Let's try ice. I still like that better as a neutral color. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna have to fix that. Yeah, the wood underneath takes the color differently from roof tiles. Okay, let's try. You know, I haven't played around much with white paint since they apparently fixed it. Oh wow, that just turns like bright yellow. That is unfortunate. You always keep a brush handy when I'm doing painting in game because sometimes I don't know what color regions I need for different things just yet. But if I use the paintbrush, it shows me the color regions. Okay, so it looks like these roofs only have 2 color regions. So just for the sake of seeing, okay, so region 3 is the wood, 2 is the tiles. Okay, you know what? I could probably also click through here a little quicker also to just see what different colors look like. Dark red is kind of cool. Has potential. Kind of more of a coral color. That's not bad. At least it's better than the orange. That color is orchid. Let's try another color. Wonder what would happen if we use like a gray to try to counteract. Yeah, it just goes down to brown. I do want it to be striking. I just don't want it to be orange. That's not quite what I'm looking for either. That is very bright. Sometimes building an Ark just takes a lot of patience. Maybe I should just paint it black or something. But it just will not go blue. Come on, out of like... There's like 25 shades of blue. Surely there's one that looks blue, right? Right? Oh, by the way, to rotate a preview like this, you just hold down left control and then you can drag it around with your mouse. Oh, I don't know how you do it on controller. Maybe somebody else can share about that. Oh, purple's not bad. Kind of like that purple. Yeah, I like that better out of any of the other colors we've tried so far. Big surprise, I know. I do like purple though. It bugs me that the vanilla paintbrush doesn't show you the names of the colors in there. You kind of have to do this. So that's denim to see the names of the colors. So I think, which one is it? Oh, this one. I bet it's that one. Yeah, I think it's this one. Why they gotta put dust all over everything? Let's try the purple. And we only want it in region 3. Except apparently it wasn't region 3. Dang it, which region was it? 2. It is region 2. Okay, here we go. I really thought that I was gonna knock this out in like 20 minutes or something. Just get it done so that I can have some B-roll of another design to put in my first Circle 101 video. But then I was inspired to make another video, and now I've been here for 3.5 hours and I haven't gotten any editing done. So yeah, that's pretty much how my life goes lately. But hey, we've got this thing of beauty. I like it. I like it a lot. I might end up going with a different color eventually. I might do some more messing around, but for now I like this. So I think we're gonna leave this one here. Thanks so much to Nitrato for feathering my nest by sponsoring my servers, and massive thanks to all my channel members, the homebirds, the birds of a feather, and the little birds. If you're wondering how to become a channel member, just peck that join button below the video or on my main channel page. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to peck the like button. I hope you will come home to roost and join the flock over on my Discord. If you watch to the end, please leave a candle emoji, and we'll see you next time. Fly free, my friends, and don't let anyone clip your wings.